Okay, the next topic I have here is Kanzler. Who's he hanging out with? We know, in a way, I think he's using Whitman. I think Whitman is unwittingly, well, at least until these videos, helping him, and it's a shame he's besmirched his reputation, which I'm going to get into a little bit on the Show of Shows video. But here's a little side note thing that I came up. I was very shocked to see this. This was on a military website. I did a search, and there's Kanzler right there, you see. See if we can get that. Nah, I won't go in anymore. And the thing is this. He's there, and that would be that Gottlieb fella who, you remember him. He was on the Pawn Stars. He's, he was on another show I'm going to talk about in a minute. But as you can see, he's very friendly with Kanzler there, and it looks kind of like, if you didn't know any better, you'd swear they're snuggling. And this was on a site, and I can't vouch for the authenticity of this picture or what's going on here, but I can tell you this from my experience being at the shows. I would see these two together. I remember one time I was actually at Kanzler's stand, and I was talking to his wife, and of all things, we were talking about a few years ago, there was an auction of Hitler's red telephone, which to me, that was really a fantastic relic. And what I was talking there, and I was somehow Gottlieb's name came up, and I said, well, was Gottlieb going to be bidding on that piece? And Kanzler's wife says, oh, well, why don't we just ask him? And then right at that point, Gottlieb came walking up to the stand, and they, she asked him that, and he tried to make some goofy, stupid joke, saying, well, why would I bid on that? I already have a telephone, and he wasn't going to tip his hand. And I know that particular phone at auction, it brought actually over $250,000. I don't think he got it. I think a private collector got that, and it has not surfaced since. That was a few years ago. But I knew, these two boys, they are hanging out together. They've been in. This picture was supposedly taken in 2011, so they're kind of together. You can interpret that whatever way you want looking at that there picture. What can I say? I'm not going to say any more on that, but one other thing that I did find in my research, I thought it was kind of funny. It kind of deals with kind of these, kind of what we see going on here. But let me kind of switch this over to the next video here. I'll show you. Okay, I got this thing set up. Now, kind of let me show you this here. This is off Whitman. Oh no, this is off Legacy Collectibles video. This is from last year's 2020 Show of Shows. As you can see, there's that Legacy Collectibles boy. He's a very, very professional and knowledgeable fella. There's Whitman there, and there's that Gottlieb fella. I guess, he walked away from Kanzler's table, and he's over here at the Whitman table. But this was a really bizarre thing that we see here, and I'm going to show it to you. I thought it was really bizarre, but I'm going to show it to you. See what y'all think of this.
Big surprise. I just walked up to Tom Whitman's table, and by the way, that's Whitman, and I'm Whiteman. This is Tom Whitman. And Craig Gottlieb happened to be here. What are the chances that the two people, these two...
Now look, did you see that? This Gottlieb grabs Whitman, and Whitman, you could tell Whitman, when Gottlieb put his arms around him, Whitman had a look of horror and terror in his eyes, and then he puts his arm up defensively like, get the hell off, get off of me! Just get the hell away from me, and he's trying to laugh it off. And, I would suppose that Gottlieb would be saying, well, I was just making a joke. But I don't know what he was doing. Was he joking? Or was he kind of grooming Whitman for something? maybe does Gottlieb have, and it's all speculation. It's not facts. It's just speculation on my part. Does Gottlieb have some sort of I don't know, he has some sort of attraction to older men? If that's the case, I'd be very upset. I'm in extreme danger here. But I know if that Gottlieb did that to me, I'd whap him over his head with this here cane, and I would seek some safety there. But kind of really a bizarre, awkward moment. Let's see the rest of this here.
Who can't stand? Oh no, that's not true.
See, Danny, I think Gottlieb got the message, but he was, he was sending a message out there, I thought, to or I should say Whitman. It's a very, very awkward situation. I might. Now here's the next thing. Kanzler's not involved here, but back in 2014, this Gottlieb was involved with he was hired by a show production company, television show production company that airs programs on the National Geographic channel. National Geographic for the UK market. They bought a show that was called the Nazi War Diggers, and Gottlieb was hired along with a couple other guys, and they went on to Eastern Europe, and they were digging up, relics and such. But I thought what was outrageous and really hurt the hobby was Gottlieb. He goes out there and they film this. This is how really stupid, in my opinion, and didn't give a damn about the hobby. Obviously, National Geographic. If you've ever dealt with television people, and I have, I can tell you that they don't give a damn about anybody but themselves, and they want to just, whatever it is that's going to help their bottom line. They, if they can get a hobby and exploit it, like in 2013, National Geographic bought a show, produced The Diggers. You probably remember that show. It had two morons on there who were going around the country digging up stuff and acting like complete morons. And that, National Geographic and that production company, which I'm not going to name, they didn't give a goddamn that would hurt the relic hunting hobby and pastime and collecting. And what did they decide to do the next year? That show, Diggers, was introduced in 2013. So they turn around in 2014, they decide they're going to do a show about the Nazi War Diggers, and there's background on that, but I'm not going to get into all that. But that was kind of an idea they stole from some people, and they decided to produce it, and they put together this show that had Gottlieb in it. And as you can see, he's there. He dug up, that's a femur bone, a human femur bone, and you're going to be on a battlefield. I would expect you are going to dig up some bodies, but the thing is if you did, my opinion as a relic hunter would be that you would show respect, and you not put that on your show. You're not going to, especially you're not going to hold the damn leg bone up like that, like he's doing, and that caused a big hubbub. And here's another. This is at UK. What is that? What is this? Daily Mail, and this was in 2014. But wait a minute, let me see here. Okay. Oh, there's another shot of Gottlieb, and here's holding a human skull. Imagine that, a soldier's skull. It's okay, you dig it up, that's fine, but you respect the dead by you don't put them on your damn television show. You might show some relics, but you give the man, you give the deceased soldier some respect. You don't exploit him like that. It's rather ghoulish type images here, and those archaeologists, well, they just had a field day. They just, there was such outrage that I don't believe that show, I think it might have aired once in 2014. The National Geographic, with the outcry, they pulled the show, and then a couple years later, they reintroduced the show, and it was called Battlefield Recovery. And I think it had Gottlieb, and it had a couple other guys. They might have been the same guys. I think they were Britishers. And then there was some kid. I think he was like he might have been Polish, half British, half Polish. And he was a digger. And I don't know how many episodes it went. But it was in 2016 they retooled that show, and I believe that was just for the UK market. And that show, actually, you can see that show on YouTube. I haven't had time to watch those episodes, but I thought that was very poor taste on Gottlieb's part to have something like that. But anyway, that's just a kind of a side note, little side topic that I got on. But now